Since we're about to go live. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're listening to us tonight, this is African Creatorz Fire Chat. My name is Jason Ebuka, and today is the grand finale of this edition of Fire Chat. Well, as you know already, that what we do right here is just to bring outstanding African creators, outstanding ones, to come and share on raw, no gatekeeping, nothing. And tonight we have amazing personality in the building. These guys are people that I listen personally. I go to their streams and I go to the channel and I listen and I learn a lot from them. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board my own brother. My own brother. He call himself the tech format. And I also have my boss. Yes, my boss, Tope. She's here. Guys, let's make welcome two of them. Param.
Param. Thank
Guys,
you for having me.
It's gonna be amazing tonight, and I'm super pumped up. My name is Jason Ebuka. You look on the screen, you see our names, and then here we go. Joe, how you doing?
I'm good.
The boss himself, the man that is shaking all the YouTube in Africa. And Tobe, please tell me a little bit about Joe, because Joe is the boss. He's the man behind everybody. He's the Ogapata of them all.
Okay, now. Okay.
Joe is an old friend now. He's been in my life for some years now. I'll just call him the, is he head of the family now? How do you call it? The people that bring others together, that cook jollof rice and bring everybody together. So he's been doing
Joe's situation. Whenever I go to his life, yesterday I was in his life. Whenever I listen to him, my heart is always tightening. I don't know what next he wants to say. Maybe he's the YouTube of Nigeria. He's the one that YouTube is giving all the code of Nigeria.
He's been doing a good job
amazing. Today, a few years ago, YouTube has to use one of his videos as a template to teach Nigerians on how. Joe, please tell us this. Cut soap for us, I beg. Cut soap for us.
Hey, don't be like that too. Not that.
And Jonathan is extremely humble. Don't mind him. He's humble.
Not like that.
I know.
Wow.
All right, let's run. The whole idea is to share the blueprints, no gatekeeping, because the generation, I always say this, the generation coming right after us are going to have a lot of issues, because generation that is already trending right now are not doing something right. They are always focusing on the money. You guys also realize that YouTube has been hard on Nigeria, especially African community. Now, Joe, how did the journey start from you on this YouTube experience?
Okay. Before I started my current YouTube channel, like I know YouTube as a video platform. So I think that should be like in the early 2010s. So I normally use YouTube for sharing videos to clients. Like, I'm into media stuff. So when I do media content for clients, especially those ones outside the country, so all I have to do is to just upload the video on YouTube and then share the link to them. So fortunately, it get to a point I started, trying how I'm going to impact, teach people about technology and all the rest. So I started a website, a blog. I started a blog, but it wasn't getting visibility. People weren't visiting the website because it's something that you just create a website and no one knows that the website exists, and SEO wasn't that too powerful from my own end. Then I now switched to, so I think Facebook was the in thing back then, and now switched to Facebook. When I share content on my website, I also share it on my Facebook, and I saw Facebook wasn't even making much impact as I wanted. So now there comes YouTube. So YouTube now, I saw YouTube as a better way because of the SEO advantage that YouTube, have over other
Absolutely,
social media
absolutely.
platforms. So I noticed that when I post something, let me say I make a post on a tech topic, when I upload it on, when I write it on my blog, maybe 2 or 3 persons will find it or read it. But when I upload it on Facebook, maybe probably 10 people, and out of those 10 people, maybe 5 or 6 of them are my family members. But surprisingly, when I upload, my content, but this time around in a video format on YouTube, I discovered that hundreds of people were seeing my videos. So that is where my
Yeah.
curiosity or my interest on YouTube. I saw YouTube as a
All right,
place
all right, all
where
right,
I
all
can
right,
get
all
my
right, all right.
visibility.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right. So, guys, whatever you're listening to us tonight, please drop on the comment section where you're listening to us tonight, and please drop your questions because we'll get to the point taking questions from the public. T, what was the journey for you when you started YouTube? Yes, allow me to address you as T because you're my boss.
It is well. Okay, so for me, I ventured into YouTube starting 2016. My first ever YouTube
Yeah,
channel
yeah,
was
yeah,
created in 2016, and that was birthed from how I have been impacted by other YouTubers. So at some point
okay,
in my life, I ventured into network marketing, and then I had no clue how to build my team, how to package myself, and let people, join me as downlines and all that stuff. So I would come to YouTube to watch videos of successful international personalities in the industry, Eric
yeah,
Worre and the likes. And over time I started seeing them like gods. They were like demigods. They were so influential. They were impacting on not only me but on everybody, or on many others across the world. They would sell books, people would buy. They would sell courses, people would buy. I'm very big on personal development, so I found myself
yeah.
buying high ticket programs from YouTubers. I bought a $500
Mhm.
program at some point, $500 then,
Wow, wow,
maybe 2014, 2015, $500 then. Then
wow.
maybe 2018, 2019, I bought $1,200 from another YouTuber. And as I started trying to understand what was happening to me. Why would I watch a bunch of YouTube videos and then I'm seeing debit alerts? What is happening? How did I get to paying people that I meet or that I met on YouTube for whatever reason? And so I started to see the power of video content and how you can heavily impact on people, how you can build trust really quickly and sell whatever offer is on your table. So then I started nursing the idea of me also using YouTube for whatever I decide to do in life. I had no serious clarity at some point. At some point, it was network marketing. When I gave up on network marketing, I didn't know what it was, but whatever it was, I decided I was going to do. I knew I was going to use YouTube. Eventually, I ventured into social media marketing. I created my first YouTube channel. Then I called it Social Sense Nigeria. Then I rebranded it and I did all sorts. Long story short, my passion for YouTube stemmed from me seeing it as a marketing tool. So I wasn't coming from, I just want to be known or I want to make YouTube money. I saw it as a place I could sell what I had, right? Where I could project myself globally. So then I saw the restrictiveness of social media, Facebook, Instagram, and the likes. They would restrict it to your geographical area. They restrict it to your mutual friends and things like that. That's why everybody following me on Instagram is maybe 90% based in Nigeria or alumni or neighbors or church members. But YouTube had this global touch, and that was it for me. So yeah, just all of that stemmed from me experiencing people marketing to me from YouTube and me having the same desire. I experimented 2016. I failed. I started afresh, another channel in 2019. I failed. I decided to now invest in myself, figure things out, and I started again my third YouTube channel and the current one in 2021, and the rest is history. Over the years, we now run a YouTube marketing agency that manages all, several channels from across different
I
industries.
really think the
We
network
also
has not been friendly to us
coaching
tonight.
and
So what we do is this.
yeah,
What we do is when we have one question, we take it up, and then if I go off, we can now take it off from there. So Joe, if you're the one that have the question already with you, and you finish it, till you start from that thought. So that way we
it's
can know
fine.
which one is going to be
It's
friendly
fine.
with us tonight. All right? Did you get what
Yeah.
I said?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, so T, so if there's a question on ground and probably network is not friendly on my side and I'm not here, you finish, and if Joe is there, Joe will take it up, and then we deal with it. Then before I can come back and do the rest, so the network has not been friendly here.
No problem.
Okay.
All right, all right. So if you can hear me, T,
Okay.
Okay.
Let me see what the next question is from my end while Jason is trying to get back. I can see a question here that says, what personal or professional experiences shape your passion for helping creators and entrepreneurs grow their brands through YouTube? Jonathan, do you want to
No,
go
you
for
can go
it?
ahead. You can go ahead with it.
Okay, so for me, I actually have touched on that already. I found myself patronizing people on YouTube, people that I never knew before, spending money buying high ticket programs from them. I bought several low ticket programs as well, which I can't remember because they were too cheap. But the ones I can't forget are the ones that cost me a lot of money. And so I found myself entering into people's funnels, entering into people's sales
Hmm.
funnels, and becoming their clients or their students or their mentees and all whatnot. And I determined at some point I want to do the same. So for me, it was me understanding the power of YouTube and then now asking myself, okay, so what do I want to do on YouTube? Right. And funny enough, how did I become a YouTube coach? I was just trying to learn YouTube for myself. I had no
Wow.
interest in teaching it. I was just trying to learn YouTube for myself to be able to maybe help people manage their channels, which I was doing at the time, however, unprofessionally. I wasn't planning to teach it or be a coach. But as soon as I got into the coaching, I said, you know what? This is too good for me not to teach. And so I would say it was almost an accidental career for me to be a YouTube coach now and be a YouTube marketing expert, as it were. And I'm grateful I'm here. And my desire now from here and from everything we do, including my coaching program, the YouTube Mastery for Bosses, including our marketing agency, is to help people who have that strong desire to have a powerful marketing platform, to have a powerful marketing system. We help such people establish using YouTube, right? We help them reach the global audiences, make global land global clients or students or mentees, just sell globally and have that global impact. So that is where I'm coming from, and that's what I try to help people achieve.
Okay. Like now the next question I see here is why do you believe that YouTube is a must-have platform for African coaches, consultants, and thought leaders today? Okay, well, Tope, this is your field. I think you can answer, but let me just give an intro and then you nail it for me. Now, like from I'm saying this from the point or a point of view of a content creator. Like, most of my audience in my community, most of them are content creators. So like now we know, like, the current media that we grew up to know, like the traditional media, like the newspaper, television, and all the rest, and radio. But today, you will discover that most of these traditional media are now phasing out, and even YouTube is even overtaking even the new media like Netflix, Prime, and all the rest. So YouTube
Absolutely.
is basically is taking over everything. So it's just like YouTube is today, or YouTube is now and the future. So as a professional, whether you're a content creator, whether you're a business owner, I think Tokwe, you go deep on it. But let me just bring it from the from the point of view of a content creator. Now,
Okay.
you must know that before before you can appear on a TV, you need to pay for it, or you need to consult the gatekeepers. But
Absolutely.
today, there's no gatekeeping about information, no gatekeeping about media. Like like I know most of us can attest. If you do watch and these global channels like CNN, BBC, or in
Yes.
Nigeria, you see that they get their news from social media. You get the point.
Absolutely.
So most of their reporting, they at least like more than 50% of what they report, they get it from social media. Then before they will
Mm,
verify it before they now put it on their platform. So this
mm,
shows the power of YouTube. This shows the power of YouTube. So if you are not on YouTube as a creator or as a business person right now, and to me, in my own opinion, I think YouTube is still in its infancy stage, because by the time television will collapse, or by the time the one of the media, the traditional media will collapse, YouTube will definitely
to
have
spike.
taken over. So
Yeah.
it will go to another level. So those of us that are here, keeping people engaged,
Mm,
we get the first timer, advantage. So Tope, what do
absolutely.
you think about that too?
Absolutely. Thank you, Jonathan, for your perspective. So, for coaches, consultants, thought leaders, trainers, and people in that, impact space or service space, I know one big desire of every single one is go global, global impact. Especially for coaches and thought leaders who believe or who have that strong desire to impact on more people. They have that strong desire to save the world, like, oh my God, I'm a parenting coach. There's a lot of bad parenting in the world. I want to save every child, so there's
Mm,
always this quest and this hunger in them to want to help everybody. And I would say the first step towards quenching that desire or actualizing that dream is by leveraging a platform that can put you on a global stage. I'll bust your bubble. I know that those that listen to me a lot are tired of me saying this. YouTube is not a social media platform.
true.
YouTube is a search engine, right? And what this means is the algorithm doesn't work the way Instagram and Facebook works. When you
Mm,
put yourself out there, you are instantly on the globe. People are connecting with your content from Morocco, Mexico, Jordan, Ukraine, Afghanistan, Canada, everywhere. No geographical bias, no racial discrimination, nothing, right? So, for those that have that quest to transform lives, especially on a global scale, this is a no brainer. This is a must have. Also, because you are solving problems, you need to be where people are looking for the solutions. If
yeah.
you are solving headaches, you need to be where people are Googling or YouTubing how to relieve headaches, right? If you cannot be found where people are searching, you are lost. So for me, that is the biggest gospel I've been preaching for a while now. That two things: the impact you are looking for, the global impact you're looking for, is not on your regular social media. Look at your LinkedIn. If you're listening to me from Nigeria, 95% of those following you on LinkedIn, I'm being generous, it should be 98 or 99%, are Nigerians. They are your old school friends and all whatnot, mutual friends, all you won't find somebody from Dubai or UAE just send you a friend request for no reason. It does, it's not a common experience. Same with Instagram, is your church members, people on your contact. Same with Facebook. So you are geographically restricted, but think global, think YouTube, think Google. And the good thing is Google owns YouTube. So your being on YouTube puts you on Google as well. And that means you are on both the largest and the second largest search engines in the world. There's nothing that comes close to that. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think the next topic
Section
here
two.
is about how I mean many creators struggle with growth on YouTube. What are the top three reasons most channels,
Remain
remain? Why are
stagnant.
they? Why are they stagnant on this platform?
Stagnant. Yes.
Yeah. So now, from my experience working with creators, and I have thousands of creators that do tune in weekly to watch my videos on my channel, and
Fantastic.
from and I do have personal interaction with them, and also see their struggles. So, but one thing I notice is that many think, from the impression that the successful, channels or YouTubers on this platform, the impression they create this impression that, making content on YouTube is very easy. Making video content is very easy. So by the time by the time a beginner or a new person on the platform start
They get the
making
shocker
videos,
of their lives.
exactly, you now know that you must learn how to script, how to
Mm,
brainstorm your script, how
mm.
to video, how to talk to the camera. That is, if you are doing you show
Talking
your
head.
face, talking
Yeah.
head kind of content, or you do show yourself on your channel, on your videos, then
Mm,
you learn how to edit, and you're editing how to create retention, enable the editing style, and then how to package the content with your titles, thumbnail, and
mm,
all the rest.
mm.
So you now see that it's a whole lot of work. So now this is one of the factors that I notice. Most creators jump into YouTube with the impression that it is very easy to run a YouTube channel, or to run a video content and platform, channel
Yeah.
on YouTube. So when they run into it, then fatigue sets in, disappointment
Yes.
sets in, and all the rest. Before you know, consistency starts dropping, and they lose morale, or maybe once in a while they come around to show face and go. So, Tope, take it off from there. So, from your own perspective, how do you see it?
Absolutely, Jonathan. You are so on point. So usually before clients work with us, they would have to speak with me. I would hold a discovery call with them. And I find that 90% of the time they come with that, you know, exaggerated promise of success, and you will blow on time and you will cash out and all of that. And every single time they leave my discovery call, they go, they're like, they're really thinking about their lives, because my job is to let you see what it takes to achieve
Hmm,
what you want to achieve. And that, I would repeat, is also my own first point, because the question says three, right? Is that
hmm,
everybody comes with the hype, just go to YouTube and cash out. So they get into the journey and realize that it's not a joke. So it
easy.
sets them
Yeah.
back. The shock is there. They are rethinking their decisions. And yeah. Two is there's no clear pathway to monetization. So
Hmm,
they get in and they're like, okay, we are looking for money here. The same way people just japa and they think they'll be picking money on the streets of abroad when they get there. It's the same way they come to YouTube and just think, I need to just upload and I'll be getting money. They don't have a clear path. Either you want to make money, YouTube money, or you want to make affiliate money, or you want to sell your offers and increase your business sales, or whatever it is. There's no clear strategy to how you can actualize that. So they come in and they are dabbling and they're getting frustrated. I remember my journey, especially when I was on my second YouTube channel. I went crazy watching every tutorial I could find on YouTube. In fact, the person whose course I finally bought, I determined in my head that I will make sure that I never buy their course. So I will sit on his channel, watch every video I could watch, thinking, okay, I can piece it together. I know the way YouTube is. The coaches don't teach you like they are giving you a curriculum. They teach you scattered content. I don't blame them. It's free content. So
Yeah.
where you are looking for a step-by-step system, you will find that you cannot arrange the videos in a way that you know which is your first step and which is your second and which is your third. Plus, you can't ask questions and they'll be there to answer you. You can't say, excuse
Mm.
me, can you watch my video and tell me what I did wrong? You can't. So the more I determined to not buy any course, the closer I was getting to taking that decision. But a lot of people, they are stuck in that addiction of binge watching, learning from 35 different YouTubers, 35 different hacks that are probably even clashing. So they try 35 different things. This one takes them forward, this one draws them back, this one leads them to demonetization, this one leads them to a copyright strike, this one leads them to this and the other. And they it's just the chaos. So the chaos
Mm.
sets them back and they're like, you know what? YouTube is hard, YouTube is complicated. That's two. So they come with this one, the mind that YouTube is easy. Two, there's no clear strategy. They just the anyhowness
Mm.
of their approach. And then three, addiction to free hacks, which leads nowhere, right? So that would be
Exactly.
my top. Yeah, that would be my top three. You don't need to buy my own YouTube course, but tag along with somebody that can give you a system that is working, right? But not watching 1 million videos and trying things out. You're going to burn yourself out. Yes,
Yeah.
so that would be my response. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Let me just add one more to that. The
Yeah.
struggling stuff is this. Many many think that like a good number of creators that have interacted with, they have that impression that when they have the YouTube channel, they have arrived and
Mm,
things will start going well. Especially,
mm,
we have these hacks on YouTube on how to quickly get monetized. And
mm,
sometimes or even most times, I always discourage creators not to depend on the revenue that they get from YouTube, because
absolutely.
it's not steady. It's not, it's not something
Yes.
that you can depend on. And I
Yeah.
always say this based from the experiences of other, past successful YouTubers. Some of
Yes.
them, they have left the platform because they know things has changed. Because
Yes.
YouTube can bring in a new rule that can definitely ruin everything about your revenue. That is, if you depend solely on the revenue on YouTube. So now
Yes.
most creators, especially the young ones or the new ones on the platform, they like focusing on that revenue, hitting the revenue, the monetization threshold.
Mm.
And when they hit that threshold,
They think
they believe
that
that
they
they
will be
have
cashing
arrived.
out. They will not be seeing $3 per month. $3 every month. Yes. The root
So,
shock. Oh my goodness. Oh my
so,
God.
so it is what it is. And there's a video I made some days ago. I talked about the revenue of African creators, and this
Mm.
our chat is, it surrounds, something that relates to African creators.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
most of them, they don't know that there are different kind of views. That all
Absolutely.
views
They are not equal.
they are not equal. Yeah,
Yes.
you can see some channels, they will get 1 million views and at the end of the day, probably their take home is like $100.
Yes.
And you can see another channel making content in another niche,
Yes.
getting just only 10,000 views, but they are making more than 1,000
Yes.
US dollars. So
Yes.
all these dynamics, most join YouTube with some little, just little knowledge, or I don't know how the word to use for
True.
them. And at the end of the day, they remain stagnant. It's just like when you start something that you can't stop. You won't want to stop it because you have
Mm.
you have allowed
You've
people to know
invested.
it. You
Yes, you've made
invested,
noise
and
about
people,
it. Mm.
and then you know that going forward you are making more loss, so they remain stagnant.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Fantastic, Jonathan. That is so true. That's so true. That's so true. So yes, I think there's just a knowledge deficit generally, and people need to
exactly.
the right questions before venturing into YouTube. Now, let me look at another question we can. If Jason doesn't join in an hour over, I don't know if there's a way we can end the meeting from our end, but hopefully, when he joins again, we can quickly ask if he can make one of us an admin so that if we need to end the call in absentia, we can do that. Now, what's your process for helping someone go from unknown to profitable on YouTube? What's your process for helping someone? So I believe mine process will be different from yours. Do you want to start?
Yes, please start, because I know you are the champion of SEO. So go ahead.
So for me, my process of helping people go from unknown to profitable on YouTube, my proven system is specifically created for visionary experts. So I don't work with
Mm,
everybody. I'm working with coaches, consultants, trainers, thought leaders, creative professionals, and service based entrepreneurs. Basically, people that want to leverage video content and can leverage video content to provide more visibility to their brands, make more sales, be able to deliver what they are selling globally online. So, my pathway is number one, launching a powerful YouTube channel. So it's my three-step framework. Launching a powerful YouTube channel, which starts from having a solid content strategy that can drive conversions. And then, of course, the entire setup, the branding and everything, something that gives people the feeling that, look, this person is not playing around here. It's all serious here. This is not a joke, right? And then mastering the algorithm for massive growth. So it's not enough to post valuable content. You need to know how to make the algorithm work for you. And I tell anybody that cares to listen to me that YouTube is one of the simplest platforms to get growth. It's actually, for me, the easiest place to drive organic growth because you
mm,
have data
true.
that can help you understand what is working and what is not working, that can inform you real quickly on what you need to fix, that can inform you real quickly where to double down, where to slow down, where to do more, where to do less. You can easily see, oh, your audience retention is poor. Oh, you're getting boring. You can work on that. Your click-through rate is poor. Oh, you can check your thumbnail and title quickly. What are we not doing right? You have so much data to work with, and hence it is easy to grow on YouTube. So my second step is mastering that algorithm, understanding the rules of the platform, how to make the platform favor you, how to drive performance so that you can get even better performance. And then finally, marketing. So now you're getting tons of views and subscribers. How are you converting all that attention into sales, into brand deals, into DMs from investors or potential investors? How are you leveraging all that visibility and traction to drive growth and increase your bottom line in your business? So for me, that is the big differentiation with my coaching, because a lot of um, YouTube success, the measurement stops at views and subscribers. But I would ask you the critical question: how is your marketing going? Now that you have 300,000 views, have you made any sale from all this attention? Have you landed any clients with all this attention? If the answer is no, you are still on the wrong side of building your channel. So for me, my process is launching powerfully, mastering the algorithm, and proper marketing, understanding how you can move people from point A to point B. You know that thing that happened to me, that I was watching people's content and I landed in their sales funnel and I saw debit alert? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So that for me is a full cycle, and that will be my own way to determine if you are successful or not. It's not about the vanity metrics. I'll ask you the hard questions. Yeah, so that for me is my process. And yeah, you can take it away, Jonathan.
Okay. Let me pick one of the tips that you shared now. You know, talking about, I mean, in regards to the the analytics. You know,
Yeah.
like you said, YouTube is very much easy, or it's easier to grow on YouTube than on other social media platforms, and especially if you're a student of data. You understand? So
Sure.
when you come on YouTube, in your YouTube studio, on your YouTube analytics, I'm talking in terms of you being from an unknown person to a profitable, channel on YouTube. We have these analytics where YouTube will tell you when your viewers or your audience are online. It will tell you what your audience are interested in. YouTube will tell you where your audience are watching from, and will tell you a whole lot about what you share on their platform. So this will give you an idea, because this is one thing that keeps many creators being unknown forever. You have this information that you can work with, but some of us, or some of these creators, they like chasing vanity metrics, how they can get
Absolutely.
thousands of subscribers and all
Yeah.
that. And
Just be famous.
to maybe, in case you don't know, subscribers don't necessarily count when it comes to growth on YouTube.
Yes.
Engagement matters engagement matters, because there are
Mm.
some channels that have 1 million subscribers, but they barely get up to 500 views,
Because there are
I
some
mean,
channels that have 1 million subscribers, but
on
they
their
barely
on their
get
channel. So
they barely
now
get up to
analytics is
500
very
views.
key.
Because
And
there are some
secondly,
channels
like
that have 1 million
regarding,
on their
regarding
channels.
to what Topaz said about marketing. So for you to be an authority, for you to be profitable on YouTube as a business person, or as a coach or a professional, you need to give out things for free. You need to share things for free, because just like what Tokwe said, YouTube is a search engine. So for you to convince people that you know what you are doing, you need to let them have your little of your knowledge, or a little
Absolutely.
bit of your for free, so that they will
Yeah.
know what you know and what you can do. So, but if
Yes.
you cage everything, nobody will know you. So one thing, for you to be profitable, you need to give out some things for free, and then you
Let me
start seeing
let me
people
come in by
turning
that
to you.
thought.
Okay.
Let me come in that thought, Joe. You mentioned about people focusing on subscribers and then not watch hour. Why do you think that? Okay, let me take it this way. Most African creators have been sold the myth that it is all about the watch hour and it's all about the subscribers. What is the difference between the generation of 10 years ago? Because I know 10 years ago, I've been in YouTube for a very long time. 10 years ago, it was all about the subscriber. So then there was no monetization. But now
Yeah.
there's a shift. You realize that people that even have much subscribers are not getting the views. And the people, you see the disparity. But a lot of people
Exactly.
are coming. I remember back in the days, they used to tell us, let's come into fellowship. I won't call the name. X to X. You know what I mean. X to X. We'll
Mm,
come in fellowship.
mm.
All of us gather. We'll push. But now YouTube algorithm has changed. What is the difference? Now, Joe, over to you, Joe. And
Okay,
then T, you take it later.
like for example, when in terms of subscribers, or the subscriber base, before, when you have a huge following, that is in terms of subscribers, when each time you publish your video on YouTube, you see that most of your subscribers will get a notification, and there's every possibility that a good number of them will watch your videos. So that has been, the what they call it, the algorithm system for many years. But today things has changed. Everything is all about engagement. You understand? Not the size of your. It's just like if you have 1 million subscribers, it's just like you have like our national stadium at Surulere that can contain 50,000. But when you host something there, you hardly see up to 10 people attend the event. So having 1 million subscribers with no views is just like having a big, huge stadium with, without being able to get it filled up. So that has been especially I noticed this from the Gen Zs. They are always after the vanity metrics,
The numbers.
the numbers. They're always, they're obsessed with the numbers. But that won't make you profitable on this platform. Let me just stop it. At this.
See, over to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. So what I'll just say is, much more than ever, the algorithm is promoting performance. The algorithm is prioritizing performance. So before, that's why you have this line, subscribe so you will not miss our next video. And people are still saying that thing in 2025. It no longer works. Before, if I didn't want to miss your next upload, I must subscribe. Otherwise, I will not see you. I will not see you again in my feed. Not anymore. Right now, if you check your subscribe, there's a way to check the channels you've subscribed to. If you go and check the channels you subscribe to, you'll be shocked that, oh, I'm subscribed to this person. What do they post? Because you don't see their content in your feed, but you are still subscribed. If one time they suggested their video to you, you did not click, they are taking notes. If they suggest a video to you another time again, you didn't click, that's the end of that channel. YouTube will stop showing you videos from that channel because they are taking feedback. They're taking feedback that, look, Tokwe doesn't seem to like this content creator anymore. Let's not piss her off. So the next time I open my homepage, I will not see your channel, even though I am subscribed. Unless I check your channel, type it, and go there again with my 2 legs and click on a video, I won't see your content in my feed anymore, even though I clicked on subscribe and notifications, right? So now, if you watch a horror movie now and just close YouTube and go and brush your teeth and come back and open YouTube again, you will see at least 4 horror movies straight in your feed. They're thinking right now, Jonathan is in a horror mood. Let's give him horror back to back. Right? So because space is limited, that would compete with other possible content you might want to watch. That's why you will see less of church content if you've not watched church in a while. You'll see less of football if you've not watched football in a while. So they are testing your interest. They're thinking, Jonathan just tasted pepper soup. Let's give him chicken pepper soup, meat pepper soup, cat pepper soup, because he's in the mood for pepper soup. So they follow your interest. The sensitivity of the algorithm now to interest is very, very high. So it's not about I've landed, I've arrived, I have 5K subscribers. If you post something now that we are not interested in, we will all walk past your video. And unfortunately for you, when you now post the one that we might be interested in, the algorithm will not show it to us because they don't want to piss us off. Right? So that's why I'm always shouting. Yes. Okay. So basically,
go on.
Honestly, it's not this watch time, it's not the subscriber count anymore. It is interest. And as soon as the interest is validated, people are clicking. Performance follows. How long will you be viral for? Would it be determined by the performance of that video? You can go viral for just 24 hours. You can be viral for 3 weeks. Mad virality. Your video performance will determine the next level, but everything is just the video has to prove itself. Yeah, we don't. I
have a concern. Good, fantastic. I have a concern, and you just brushed over it. I have a
Okay.
concern, and this has been a passion in my heart. See, the content creators that are coming right in Africa right now are shallow. You can quote me, are very shallow because our content are not digging deep. And this is why anybody can jump in on anything. If it's dance, dance. After that dance, what happened next? If it is big B, viral news, after that, what happened next? Now, see, when you are talking about, I am hearing the quality of your content, quality of your content, quality of your content. And previously, we were talking about SEO and branding. Now, what is the smart way for anyone who is listening to us right now to come up with quality content? Because algorithm now is looking at quality of your content, no longer the numbers, no longer how big is your channel. YouTube is pushing small channels now more than big channels. You will see. In fact, I took a case study. I look at the top five. I call their names: Sabinus, Macangel. What's the name of this girl? This guy, Sabalo. If they drop their video back in the days, within a while, pam, it gets 1 million views. But now in 2 days, you see them just struggling with 100K, sometimes 10K, sometimes 2K. What is the easiest way for anyone to get quality content in this time? Team, take it from me.
So quality content, as far as the YouTube algorithm is concerned, is not necessarily like production quality. Of course, it would be good if your production can be tight, your video is clear, your audio is sharp. Yeah, but much more what the algorithm wants to see is people are clicking. People are not clicking and bouncing off. They are clicking and watching. And then they are liking. And then they are dropping comments. So those are all engagement triggers that tells the algorithm that, hey, something is happening here. You will be shocked at Very Dark Man doesn't post quality content. If you want to look at production quality, Very Dark Man does not give us production quality.
Absolutely.
It's just his
Absolutely.
head.
Absolutely.
Sometimes he wants to even cut off his own nose. He doesn't. But the experience of his content is really is a lie. It's true. No. So we're all fighting in the comments. Guess what? Have you noticed that YouTube has
Algorithm
removed
is
it?
pushing.
The algorithm is pushing it because we're all fighting in the comments. People are choosing sides and all of that. That is what the algorithm wants to see. Jonathan, I don't know if I told you in one of those times you brought me to your channel, even thumbs down makes the video do better. If you are making
Yeah.
everybody angry and they are giving you thumbs down,
Absolutely.
thinking that
Absolutely.
It's part of the engagement.
it's part of the engagement. It flies
Yeah.
through the roof because
Yeah.
they don't care. Don't leave the platform. That's what the algorithm cares about. Stay on YouTube, whether for fighting or for joy. We want advertisers to keep showing you ads, so don't go. So thumbs down, they swear for you or whatever. Everything is all engagement. So that is what I call performance. Your click-through rate and engagement. So if you can drive that, you can win on YouTube. And of course, if your video is clear and clean and sharp and your audio is smooth, those are just better advantage. But think of the classic Very Dark Man video.
See,
So
Joe, take it off from there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Tokwe just talked about at least a known or a popular figure. So let's take it down to like someone like
Joe,
an
over to you. Take it
unknown.
from.
Okay.
Yeah, he has taken it over.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
Now let's say for example that like an unknown creator and you want to create quality or the value, just like what Tokwe has said. Now you need to know that one, if no one knows you, you need to, like someone like Very Dark Man or any other popular personality, they have that unfair advantage because they already have their
Yes.
personality speaks for them. So whatever thing they post on their page or on their channel will definitely perform very well. But now let's take it, down to someone like no one knows you at all, and you want to, reach that peak or you want to get your content to be engaging, or you want to provide value. One thing you need to know is on YouTube is that, like what Tokwe said, well, the production quality is important. So if you know you have that, you don't have that advantage that others have, just like a very dark man, then at least your video quality, your production quality should be above average. Let your audio be audible. Let your video be, sharp enough. With at least with an average phone, you can get a good video quality from the camera on your average phone. So now, I don't want to go deep into maybe scripting or call to action or all that. I think Tokwe will do better justice on that. But let me just focus on click-through rate. Like what Tokwe said, click-through rate is what, the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm is not a human. So, but there's some measurement that it takes to know whether if this video is interesting, or people are liking this video or that. So when it comes to click-through rate, it's something that relates to how you package your video. And when you talk of this, we have like at least the major units: the title, thumbnail, and the description, and to an extent the intro in your videos.
The hook.
So the hook, that is the first 30 minutes or first 30 seconds or first 1 minute. Now, all this thing is something you need to factor. This is also where you can provide value. Provide value. So, like if you create the best movie or the best video in the world, and it doesn't have good title or good thumbnail, then it won't perform very well. Just imagine. But now, let's not talk about very dark man, because I know sometimes you just use the date of the day you uploaded the video and upload it, and
but we know that it's apropos,
a
and we know that it's juicy anyway. Let's hear it.
Exactly. So he has already built his
The brand, absolutely.
the brand,
That brand.
definitely. Anytime you upload video, you know that you are going
know.
to get something. Exactly.
Have you guys also observed? Have you guys also observed, Joe? Hold on for a thought. Have you guys also observed that? Take Very Dark Man, for example, does not use good thumbnail. It does not use good titling. It does not even use description. It does not even use description.
Exactly.
And I'm so sure it doesn't use tag words and keywords.
Yes,
because
I'm sure.
It's Very Dark Man. Like T said, the brand. But everybody
he didn't become the brand overnight. Honestly,
exactly.
He didn't become the brand overnight. So there are some kinds of I apologize for interrupting. I actually did interrupt. That's bad. Sorry about that. There are some niches. Thank you. There's some niches that you would not have to work so hard. So if I'm not a known person, I don't want to use thumbnail. I don't want to use title. I just want to say October 1st. The only thing I need to do to go viral is to climb on a plane and jump down from the plane into a market square, naked or something. I will hit 1 million subscribers that day with unfailingly, because it's crazy. So VDM's line of conversation by itself is hot topic, is polarized, it will cause a lot of opinions and reactions. He wouldn't need to sweat it to gain traction. Someone like me that has more boring content, I'm talking about algorithm, content strategy, I can't try the same thing that VDM is doing and expect the same results. Do you see? Plus, you also need to look at what brand are you trying to build. VDM is not necessarily trying to build a thought leader already. He's not trying to build a corporate brand. I am trying to work with corporate organizations, government
for long-term purpose. For long-term purpose.
I want people to take me seriously. I want people to be able to say, okay, Tokwe can help me, and I will pay her and she will coach me. And so I need to present myself a bit more organized and structured and put together, not do you understand? So really, we can't adopt the same style. His style works for him. I'll put him in the content creator space. But if you're trying to build a business, be taken a bit seriously, I wouldn't recommend that approach. I wouldn't.
All right. So, okay, good. Now, let's go this direction. Thank you for coming on board, Perry. Now, I'm going to share from a personal experience. There is this, there is something that is going on. YouTube Short. YouTube
Okay.
Short. Is YouTube Short good or a bad omen for YouTubers? I'll tell you experience. I'll tell you experience. I have an account. I have several accounts. Some of them are non-Nigerian accounts. Some of them are Nigerian accounts. One of my Nigerian accounts, I had over 30 million views on that account that we couldn't monetize. And YouTube smoke it up. Joe, I will tell you this. Maybe
Wow.
one day you bring me on your channel, I will share the experience on how I lost a short that over 40 million views. Over 40
Wow.
million views, and it
Mm.
smoked it up. I couldn't
Wow.
monetize it. Now, at that point, everybody was saying, and this is why I'm also telling people, leave reuse content, leave it
Mm.
alone.
Alone.
Now, I'm asking, is YouTube Short a blessing or another myth that YouTube is using to drag people in because of the competition of TikTok and Instagram and Facebook? Is it a blessing or is it another myth that they're using to keep people on the platform? Joe, over to you.
Okay, on this particular question, I will stand on the fence. But let me just make something. Let me just share something. Now, one thing I believe, and I might be probably be wrong, but one thing I believe is that the day TikTok goes down, YouTube Shorts we take the back seat. the day
Wow.
the day
Wow.
the day TikTok goes down, or maybe even Instagram Reels goes. If Instagram Reels
Reels.
is not they don't have that competition with YouTube Short. But the day TikTok goes down, then YouTube Short. So now, one thing, let's see it from this perspective. From the angle of the owners of these platforms. Now, up till now, Instagram, they're still finding out a better formula to make Instagram Reels, profitable. Some of these platforms are still at loss. Even before YouTube started this short, there was this program they were doing, something like, is it grant or something that they do share to content creator before they started this
Yes, yes,
the
yes.
recent new, that there's one particular, is
YouTube
it grant
Short.
or something like that, a YouTube short grant or something like that. So this short
Yeah.
video content is not profitable to these platforms. It's not profitable. So they are just using it to just hold back, it's just like competition. They are just investing in the future. But one thing you need to understand is that the day TikTok
Okay.
goes down, then just imagine that like TikTok monetization is not, it's not covered in many countries. So to show you the challenge they are
Absolutely.
having,
Absolutely.
but they can collect money from Nigerian advertisers, but Nigerian creators are not making the money. Before you create a monetized channel, monetized account, you need to go
You have to
through
go
many
abroad.
routes, do all those things. But why are they collecting Nigerian advertisers money? If you want to advertise, they can advertise
Hmm.
directly, spend the money on the platform, but they can't pay the content creators in this platform directly. So think of it. So this short form content is not profitable to these platforms, but they're just using it for bragging, fighting. We get billions of views a day, this and that, impressing investors and all that. But the day one of this platform will go down, and I believe, in my own opinion, but I believe let me say I'm wrong. If TikTok goes down, YouTube Short will go behind the stage. So that's why I say I will have to stand on the fence in regards to this question.
Okay, T, over to you.
All right. So I would like to come from, what are you looking for? I wouldn't speak for the algorithm. I would speak more in terms of, what are you looking to gain by investing more in shorts or investing less? So what are you trying to? So for me, I'm trying to build thought leadership. I'm trying to impress myself or my audience as knowledgeable, experienced, trustworthy, and all of that. Do shorts help me get there? Not necessarily. My longer videos will do a better job of helping me connect than my shorts. In my
True.
longer videos, I can impact you deeply. I will drive home my point. I'm not rushing. YouTubers try to now do 3 minute shorts. They are just reacting to
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
TikTok is 10
yeah,
minutes. Our
yes.
1 minute is too short. Let's do 3 minutes. Where I will get the most results because of what I'm looking for is my long form content.
Content.
The
Yep.
reason I'm leaning into shorts, not because I'm transferring my energy to short, but because I have the shorts anyway, because I create for Instagram, is because I want to pick the pieces of audiences that may have missed my long videos.
Mm,
I want to just pick the fragments around me that maybe can discover me through the shorts. One thing is this: shorts on YouTube behave like Instagram reels. They don't have long lifespan. They don't give you that
mm,
leverage, that long time leverage. A classic long video on YouTube can serve you for 10 years. They're still bringing views. Shorts, forget it.
Yeah, absolutely,
Give yourself a
absolutely,
couple of days.
absolutely.
Just the way it behaves on Instagram, it dies. So it's not, for me, it's not worth investing so much in if you are building thought leadership.
mm.
If you're an entertainer and you're twerking and you are giving us dance moves, typically you're done in 90 seconds because it has to be an intense dance move. It's not, you're not dancing 10 minutes. So you can give us shots back to back. And I've seen very big channels that are built on only shots and they've been able to
True.
establish their entertainment brands.
Brands. Yeah.
So I would say, what are you looking for? If you're looking for YouTube money, forget shorts. Short is like when conductor wants to give you change and they don't have
Yeah.
change and they marry two passengers. They say two of you share 100 naira. Then you follow yourself and go and buy granite. Take one granite, I take my granite, and then short, they share the revenue on just leave me alone. They share the
Yeah.
revenue. It is
Join the
there's
marriage.
they marry
Conductor.
you. So there's even no. Do you watch short
No,
and
the,
see
the
advertisement
analogy
me?
is classic. Yeah, your analogy is classic at that point. Your analogy is classic. It's
Thank
absolute classic.
you.
The
So
analogy is
there's
classic.
even no space
Very,
inside
very
shorts
well.
to put ads. So if you're looking for
Mm,
YouTube money, do not go into shorts.
Mm,
You will be broke. Do long videos that they can put 15 ads before they finish watching one episode of your videos, right? So it depends on what you're looking
yeah.
for. Depends on, and also the kind of brand you are building. So I wouldn't say, I'll be on the fence like Jonathan as well. For me, short is not big for me. I post shorts because I have them. And where do I get my shots from? I get them from cutting my long videos. I don't sit down, waste my time shooting shots. Yeah. So if I don't shoot shots, I don't have shots, I don't bother. It's not a problem for me.
mm.
Okay, let me also
Okay.
summarize this part. Okay, you want to? Okay, over to you, tech
Okay,
informer.
okay. Let
Joe,
me
go
let
ahead.
me. I know some creators will be here as well. I mean, listening to us. So, but that don't necessarily mean that creating short content is a bad thing. It has its
Yeah,
purposes, but when you assume it to, when you assume it as something that will give you huge revenue, before you start making money on short, that means your videos will be running into millions of views. You must be running into millions of views. But with
yeah.
long form content, like there's a, or what they call it, there's a channel that I talked about, I think this evening on my video, the video I uploaded this evening, a channel that got 1.2 million views, and it has earned, more than $5,000. When you check the revenue, more than $5,000, but if it is short, I don't think you can even earn up to $100. So that's how bad. But there's a purpose. There's
Hundred
this
thousand.
purpose that YouTube introduced this short. It's just for you to gain
Is to
visibility.
react. Yes.
Just
We're
get
just
the
reacting.
visibility, getting
But
subscribers
but
and all
but
that.
but I think but I think yes, but I think I go with the school of thought of Joe. He has said in one of his videos that if you want to create short, make sure that your short is an extension of what you have on a long-time video, long-form video.
Exactly.
Joe have
Exactly.
been saying that in his videos. You understand in his channel you say make sure that your short is an extract on what is on the long-form video, so that you put in the link at the below a related video, it will take you to that.
Yes, that's what I
Are
do.
you, is that not what
Exactly.
you used to preach, Joe?
Yeah, correct.
That's what I do.
Correct.
Yeah,
All right. All
that's
right,
what I
cool.
do
Oh,
too. Yes.
now, having said that, now we're already coming to the end of the show today, and I wish we can have part 2 of this if you guys permit me. But let's finish today. Now, how can African content creators, brand and sell their content in a way to be profitable for them in this era? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because we are in a different era, and this era is launching a new era. And the new era that is coming, I don't know what is going to happen, because YouTube changes every 3 months. According to Joe, every 6 months YouTube changes. But I think I observed that they change every 3 months. In fact, YouTube does not even know themselves. So as an African creator, and we're highly disadvantaged, how can an African creator brand themselves for profitability? T, over to you first.
So, so what I'm hearing is people that want to get in there for monetization. I want to create content that people can embrace, and I want to make money from it. First thing would be to find the gaps in the market. What kinds of content do people enjoy? So if you are going for the money, just do proper forensic research now, market research. If I am coming as a YouTube expert to use YouTube to sell myself, or if I'm coming as a parenting expert to use YouTube to sell my brand, I'm already stuck in my parenting space. So, but your question, what I'm hearing is, how can African creators, meaning that people who want to create content that can give them money, that can make them money, I will be thinking first of people who want to do research, find niches that are hot, like a very dark man niche that is always looking for trouble.
No,
Or
very dark man
news.
is activism. We can't use
Yeah,
it.
yes,
It's
so
activism.
violence.
We can't
Find
use it. It's activism. And I like the word you use, polarizing us.
Do you know how much money is making looking for trouble? So what I'm saying is,
I know, but that's not a standard. But that's not a standard. Not everybody can be an activist.
it's an example. If you because people come to me and they're like, what kind of content can I create on YouTube to make money? So these are people that have not determined. They've not determined. Yeah.
Hold on, T. You also believe with me that Very Dark Man, for example, if Very Dark Man is doing the kind of content, he's doing it because he's the only one doing it now in Nigeria. The way he's doing it. If we have more people doing it, that niche will be watered.
Exactly my point. So he found a gap. He was different from the get-go. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And like you said, if others join him, the market will become saturated. His advantage would be that he's ahead. So that's exactly my point. He came in with a difference. Number one, he knows people like gossip. He knows people like exposing scandals. He knows people like all those, what happened? Who took somebody's wife? Who stole somebody's money? Who did 419? Who was a drug pusher? And then he then came with his own flavor of Basbos and everything. You took it from me. And that was the magic formula. So that's what I'm saying. What do people like to watch? Then create a sub niche for yourself. Give it a little flavor. So there's a channel I found online that is into cooking. We don't care if the food is sweet. We just like watching the content. You know why? The person cooks with tiny gas cooker, then a tiny frying pan that can contain only 10 grains of rice, and we'll stir with a tiny spoon, and we cut meat with a tiny knife, put it in a tiny oven, serve it on a tiny table. We are watching for the amusement. I don't even remember if I'm counting the ingredients, whether there's salt inside. My own is that this pot is actually boiling. These 10 grains is actually boiling. The oven is actually baking the flour. And so that is entertainment. I don't care if the food is tasty. That is being different. Do we all want to bake? There are thousands of channels that are doing normal size pot, normal cooker, but that one channel stands out. Same with another channel that I follow. I don't follow, but I found that does the exact opposite. Will cook in a very big pot that like 10 men will have to stir the rice. Do you understand? So how are you being different? So number one, find where people have interest, then be different, and then go all in, almost like a full-time job. If you're looking for YouTube money, you would have to get tons and tons of views, right?
This
I
time.
can sell with
True.
300 views.
Yeah.
I can sell my $1,000 offer with a 300 view video, 2 calls, and I'll make a sale. But if I'm looking for YouTube money to make that same $1,000, I must have millions of views and things like that. So just double down, and I think that would be the magic formula from my end. Yeah.
Joe, over to you.
Okay.
Over to you, Joe.
I just lost the question. The question again. I've been carried away by Tokwe's
My analogy.
Okay, so I said, how can Africans?
I think he was talking about how would you advise African creators on the fastest or the best way to make money from YouTube, from their content? Yeah.
Okay. 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 Let me
So
take it
while we're
from.
waiting for Joe to come on board,
Joe is already on
Okay.
board.
yeah,
I'm on board. Okay, so now let me
make
take it
money,
from
make bucks.
from the creator's perspective. Like for example, social media.
Yeah.
I'm still including YouTube as a social media platform, although YouTube is not a social media platform, but let's just categorize them among the Facebook and TikTok. So for example, now the revenue being generated or the money you can make on social media is not as it was before, like back in the day. Let me say, like as far as earlier as maybe 2020, 2021, 2019, and all the rest, because the platforms they are saturated now. So you can see millions of creators hustling for maybe like how much that the platform have to give to them. So the share is very little. But even at that, just like what Tokwe has said, don't depend solely on that. If you want to make it big, don't depend solely on the revenue the platform will be paying you. If you are getting that, there's a YouTuber, that that was my guest last Saturday. She even make emphasis on that the money you are making on this platform, especially on YouTube, you can still use it to invest in other things. Invest, probably set up another platform, maybe your website or another business, or you can use it to create a course or whatever in your niche and all that. So that will make it big. Like there was this video by one popular Nigerian YouTuber, Ndukwe. He's a travel vlogger or something like that. So he interviewed those our popular skit makers. And there's one that said that currently what he earns on social media is like 50% of his total revenue in general.
I think that's
So
what
this shows.
I think that's what Shaggy said that.
Yeah, probably someone like that. So this shows that the revenue creators are getting these days are shrinking, especially the bigger ones. They are
It's
not
shrinking,
getting it
yeah.
as they are getting it before. So most of them are now investing in real estate and other kind of businesses. That is what is sustaining them now. So we as small creators or upcoming ones should take a clue from what is happening to these bigger or successful creators. Because if you don't plan your content creating or let me put it, content creating on YouTube properly, you might end up struggling and being frustrated. So to play big, understand the platform, do the necessary thing. Then when the platform starts paying you, that's when YouTube starts paying you. See it as an extra income. And now I won't advise anyone to take YouTube as a full-time, a full-time job. Like, unless you are jobless. If you
Yeah.
are jobless, you can take YouTube as a full-time. That is when YouTube is paying, because I know I've worked with many creators that their revenue, I think some bank managers cannot even receive the
Yeah, not
monies
even.
they make. And some of
Yes.
them are just housewife sitting at home making content and making hundreds and thousands of dollars. So, but don't depend solely on the platform if you want to grow or if you want to be successful.
Yeah, it's not predictable. Yeah. Yeah, Jason.
Jason, we are waiting for you.
But,
Your video is
but
closing.
Joe, I slightly disagree with you. I slightly disagree with you. I slightly
Okay.
disagree with you on that thought
Okay.
Okay.
Share your perspective.
Share your
because I
thoughts.
believe
Let's hear.
okay. So maybe because okay, maybe because of my versatility in media, I strongly feel that
Okay.
YouTube is a lead generation platform for something bigger. Now, let me clear that. You will believe with me that every media company, from Oprah Winfrey to Tyler Perry to every media person, is or was a content creator that grew. For example, let me take AY for example. AY is or was a content creator. There is much more if you have a bigger vision for yourself. For example, having a YouTube channel is the easiest way to monetize your content, yes, but the journey doesn't stop there. The journey even moves further. You are doing a content today as maybe vibe with me or cook with me, which is why I have personal issue with people who are not yet giving quality
Okay.
to
I
Jason is
think
one
we
particular niche. There is much for you to
okay.
do. For example, a Jonathan, who is a tech informant, is using YouTube to sell himself. One, he can also create an academy.
We are saying the same thing.
You're saying the
We are
same thing
saying
actually.
we are saying the same thing.
Yeah. You are.
The same. Okay. We are saying the same thing. Even Tokwe, what Tokwe just said, like you can use YouTube as a what do you call it? A funnel. Part of
A
your funnel
marketing
strategy
platform for you.
and
Yes, yes,
market
yes.
exactly. And even as a content creator, you being on YouTube should be something like not. You shouldn't be your whole goal, or you shouldn't build everything on top of YouTube, because I know there's some content creators that have, they felt that they'll be a YouTuber all the days of their lives,
Hmm.
and when the
You should grow
algorithm
from
started,
there.
yeah, you
Yeah.
should do. Yes, it should
You
be
should grow
something like
from
a
there.
transitional,
Absolutely.
stage, or what
Hmm.
is it a job or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but you see, some of them that have, some creators that I know that are no longer existing and that are
That
not
was
even
the
in their
only thing
best,
they were doing.
they were doing. They don't have any other
Mm.
futuristic
Yeah.
plan. Maybe
No.
I'm building this, as I'm growing as a YouTuber, I'm making this money, I'm planning bigger things, I'm doing this,
Yes.
I'm doing that.
Exactly.
But they just depend on that full time. So if you have that kind of thought about YouTube,
You will
doing it
not.
like,
You won't go far.
you won't go far, because the algorithm keeps changing. And
Mm.
there's one channel that is based in Europe. This channel, when the channel hit their, when the channel was growing very fast, the guy
Mm.
saw that, he was making thousands of dollars on his channel. Before you know
Yeah.
it, he employed extra hands, for production.
Mm.
He rented a space, he was kind of building a studio.
Mm.
And suddenly, when the algorithm changed for like about 2, 3 times, it started, I think that was around 2023.
Yeah.
Man, he had to lay off his staff. He had to close
Yeah.
down his studio and all that. So this is because he depended solely
Too much on
as,
YouTube. Yeah.
on YouTube.
It's not
You get
wise.
my point now. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not wise.
All right, finally, we are coming to the end of the show. I wish you can continue, but let's leave it this way. T, what's your final word tonight? And then Joe, you do your final words.
All right, thanks, Jason. What I would say is I'm not sure. I believe the people watching are from all walks of life,
Yeah.
various industries. So let me not speak like I'm talking to my coaching community. Generally, I would just want to encourage you, if you're nursing the idea of exploring YouTube, to either make money by entertaining people or educating people, or to promote an existing business that you are running, don't second guess, just go for it. YouTube is one platform I can guarantee you that will work for you for life. I logged into my
Absolutely.
channel for I think sometime last month. I was trying to like clean up and delete some of my videos that have stopped gaining views. Like if you've plateaued like a month, 3 months, no views, I wanted to delete them and or unlist them. I logged into my channel and surprisingly, the videos I thought in my mind were going to be my worst videos, they would have flatlined, still got
Yeah.
views in June 2025. I
Absolutely.
just left it. I was like, wow, wow. Not like I didn't know, but I'm more convinced than ever that YouTube is like real estate. YouTube is that
Absolutely.
one platform that will give you leverage for many, many years. There was a content, I think I said this in an interview with Jonathan. I was researching something. My daughter was doing a school project, wanted to learn how to do beads or whatever. I Googled up, I YouTubed how to do something with beads. I watched the video, got it done. And of course, my YouTube mind, I said, let me just check how old is this video. It turned out last year that the video was 11 years
11 years.
old.
Wow.
The person that posted that
Wow.
video did not
Wow.
dream or think that that video
Wow.
would get her money non-stop for
11
11
years
years.
after this.
Where am I
Wow.
True.
going? If you want to leverage every sweat that you put into your content, you want to get that real ROI. Like, I didn't work in vain. YouTube is that platform that will give you that. On Instagram, to stay relevant, you have to give us new content tomorrow. To stay relevant next week, you have to give us new content next week. That is a cycle that can drain you. So if you're thinking about working smart,
Yeah.
especially with video content and getting maximum leverage and gaining global impact, do not second guess yourself. You might not know how to do it from the get-go, but take that decision first and then keep figuring it out.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, it's cool. Before Jonathan come on board, before Jonathan, I always used to tell people that I believe that YouTube is a platform that is an asset that a father or a parent can hand over to their children. And this is what you just said right now, Tobet. Thank you. Over
Yeah.
to you, Joe.
Okay. Just an extension to what
Over to you,
Topper
Joe.
just shared. Now, because I've seen some, some creators, great writers, great visual storytellers on other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and the rest. But sometimes, like I normally, go through their, go through their content, and I'm so wowed about, what they have on this platform. But I'm surprised to discover that some of them, if not most of them, don't even have a YouTube channel. So
Mm.
if you're a content creator on any platform, whether Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or the rest, there is no better time for you to have a YouTube channel. YouTube channel is like, let me just use the word everlasting. I know it has an expiring date, but let me just use the word everlasting. Just like what Tokwe said, a video that you upload today will still remain relevant in the next 10 or even 20 years. You understand? So it's an asset. But just imagine the video you posted on your Instagram Reels, maybe let me say like 3 months ago. No one will be able to search it. That is if you are always consistent on your page or even TikTok. So, but YouTube, any video you upload on YouTube is an asset. An asset is not only with maybe the revenue from the ads that will be played there. Even when people are searching for you, want to get information about you, it's a way of storing storing the bricks that build your brand, your personal brand for life. And when people goes on Google to search for something, YouTube videos always pop up as well. So if you're a content creator, there's no better time to be on YouTube if you don't have a YouTube channel yet. And if you're already on YouTube, you should do more. If you're not getting enough, you should do more. And with the little things we have said in this live session, I think you have a better. I mean, you can make the right choice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, we can't hear you.
Absolutely. I'm so
Okay.
blessed. I'm so blessed to have the two giants, the two bosses on this live. And I would like to also ask, do I have the permission to invite two of you again? Some other time.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
All right,
There's
so
always
this is a movement. Yeah, well, I know.
If
But let me
my
also
if
say
my
this.
YouTube if
Okay,
my
go on,
YouTube
Joe,
coach
Joe.
says yeah, if my YouTube coach says yes, who am I?
Jonathan, you've started.
Yeah. Well,
Don't deny
fortunately, we
me in
started.
public, please.
Really, we started this like 3 years ago. We started this project like 3 years ago. We now have to repackage it to bring it back. But before we go, let me give a shout out to some of us who are here. I can see Rachel. I saw Perry from Kenya. I see Rachel and Heidi. If I pronounce it well, please forgive me. And I'm seeing Perry as well. Thank you guys for joining us today. And some of us who are still watching us from the Explore YouTube Explore page, and as much as possible for everyone who will still watch later on. This is African Creatorz Fire Chat. This is a place that will bring the best of the best to come and share the opinion. I mean, no gatekeeping, like I always say, no gatekeeping. They shared unfiltered truth on how to grow your brand on YouTube. Joe, the tech informant himself, salute, sir. Salute, boss. Thank you so much. And T, my boss, thank you guys for making this evening an outstanding one. And before we
You're
go,
welcome.
let me leak, will I say, let me drop the cat out of the bag. We're also working towards to have a physical event somewhere in Lagos sometime this year. So everybody keep in the know. Everybody keep in the loop. When the time comes, to still let everybody know. This is African Creatorz Fire Chat. We will keep you posted on the next edition that is coming up in July. Don't worry, we're bringing more hit makers like these guys, the hit makers. Thank you so much,
Well done.
T.
Well done,
Thank you
Nice
so much,
Jason.
Thank you so much for having us
Yeah,
tonight.
You're welcome.
it's my
You're
Yeah,
pleasure.
welcome.
thank you
Well
so much.
done.
And
And
I
then
wish we would do more of this. T, and
it's my
we will do more of this.
I'm passionate about spreading the gospel about the
Go on,
YouTube
go on, go on.
industry, the power of the platform. So for me, this
Yeah,
season I'm in
yeah,
is to leverage every platform that I am invited to spread the word. A lot of people have no idea how powerful the platform is. They have no idea what they can gain from saying yes to doing YouTube. So I'm very passionate about it. When we
yeah,
get to that
yeah.
season where the understanding is widespread and people are now looking for the tactics, we can begin to talk about, okay, this event, are you going to pay me $20 million? For now, let's help people out. Let's
Yeah, yeah,
consider, I am considering it like, okay, there's a pandemic of ignorance. Let's
Yeah.
save lives. Yeah. So as soon as we
yeah,
see that
yeah.
the knowledge is spreading, people are getting
I,
empowered, they
I,
can
I
take
also think.
informed
Go,
decisions,
go on.
we can shift gears. Yeah.
I also think that the first generation, which I was part of, YouTube guys that said I started and dropped along the way. The first generation of YouTubers in Nigeria did not start with good footing because there were limited information. And in this
True.
generation, in this era, this is what we are doing. People like you and I are doing to inform the next generation. Because If you check the previous generation, everybody was just doing anything that comes to them. We're just experimenting. And that was where a lot of them that started like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. I mean, I have a channel that is started 2004. I think 2005. My oldest channel is 2004. I mean, that was then 2004, 2005. Yes. So I believe that the generation that started then did not have enough information because we are still doing trial and error. Sorry, but this generation now, it is a generation that have the information because a lot of us have made mistakes and we are learning. So whatever we are doing now is like a bridge, and this is why I love listening to YouTube. This is why I love coming to your channel, Tech Informants, to listen to get the latest information, because the next generation that is coming needs to know that it is not about doing a trending topic. It is about doing a timeless content that 10 years after your channel will still be paying you your royalty. Like in the entertainment industry, you see somebody do one song and that song will feed him for the rest of his life. I know a lot of artists, that's my industry too. I know a lot of artists that you don't hear about them again. But after 40 years, their song, just one song, one hit they did about 40 years before, is still feeding them. And this is that's why I say people can build empire on YouTube. And this is what we're doing right now. Thank you guys. And Tech Informat, thank you for always hammering to our ear all we need to know about YouTube. Tobe, thank you so much for bringing this SEO strategy. I so much don't take you guys for granted. I'm so privileged to have you guys on this platform. Tech Informat, it seems like you want to say something, Joe.
You're welcome.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. And I believe that
so guys, tonight
your touch will not run dim.
Amen. Well done.
Yeah. Amen. So guys, this is how we come to the end of the show. Let me relieve our guests. Thank you guys. So let me relieve our guests and then we'll close up the show. Thank you, Tope, and thank you guys. Thank you so much. All right, so this is how we'll come to the end of the show today. And this is African Creatorz Fire Chat. African Creatorz Fire Chat. My name is still Jason Ebuka. Watch out for the new dates. Watch out for the new dates for the next episode of this show. God bless you guys. Good night, whatever you're listening to us.